I mean, I am really, really soaked. There's ways you can be out here and still be more comfortable. It doesn't matter if it's raining or freezing cold. Learn the ways. How cool does that look? So, Operation Just Stay Dry mode is in effect. I'm all hunkered down in my shelter. And I got this one spot. All of you guys can see that. But there's this one spot where I do have some water building up right here. See that? So I just got to keep an eye on that. I don't need any extra weight because the tarp line where I finished it off, I couldn't remember my trucker's hitch. So I don't trust it. I got to admit, it's not as easy going as I thought it was going to be to keep myself and my shelter dry in these conditions. I was having some issues over here. The water was coming in right to like here, which, you know, I mean, I thought that would stay dry, so I folded up the tarp a little bit more. And I still got some room to work with. I loaded up that fire. I said forget it, just throw whatever I got on there. I got the little pile of small sticks there, but it's not just wet, you know, I mean, it's cold. There's a reason, you know, you still see ice everywhere. It's kind of part of my issue is that if I put on the rain gear, I wish I could feel a little bit more heat from that fire, but I think it, you know, I just stoked it up. So I think once it gets going, I should feel, or, you know, benefit a little bit from the heat. I got this like punky wood in the back as like a heat reflector, kind of pushing all that heat energy this way. And that's like, you know, kind of old and punky, so I'll just sit there and burn. So what else? Oh, I'm hungry. I mean, it's probably only 1:45 or 1:15, and you know, I woke up at 10:30. I was probably eaten by 11:15. So I'm surprised I'm hungry already. This is really all I got if I want to cook something. That or, ooh, I got my bush pot. If I set that to boil, I could throw some ramen noodles in there. Bam. I forgot I had that package of ramen in my emergency dehydrate kit. That's another thing too. Like, I got some other little tricks up my sleeve that I could use to stay dry, to stay warmer. Like I have an emergency space blanket. I could, you know, drape that right over here. I could drape it like from the top and down and kind of cover this all up. That'd make it nice and cozy, and it would reflect a lot of the heat from the fire. But, you know, do I want to open it for that? Because chances are I'll never get the thing folded and usable again. I don't know. I've never opened one, honestly. But you know, I'm here. I'm learning as I go, and that's why, you know, you watch my videos, you get to learn right along with me. I make a lot of mistakes, so if you watch these videos, maybe you won't have to. The one biggest thing: practice your knots. That's the one thing I keep kicking myself in the butt for. Not practicing my knots enough. Like setting up my shelter yesterday, I was all like, yeah, this is going to be so quick because I've been practicing my knots, and then I get to it and I'm like, just drawing a blank. Unbelievable. The fire's starting to catch pretty well. The only thing that keeps getting wet is my left boot. It's bothering me. It's a good thing I didn't have this one too high, because otherwise all my stuff here would be getting wet. Oh, you know, I think talking to you guys made me forget how hungry and how cold I was. It was nice until I just realized my hand was freezing because no glove on. And ramen noodles. When I hear a break in the rain, I'm going for it. I'm getting me some ramen. Oh, that's gonna be so good. I wish I had some butter. Normally when I make my ramen noodles, I like to, I don't make it like a soup. I'll just boil the noodles, strain them, add some butter, and like half a packet of that powder. Good stuff. I'm making myself more hungry now. That if I had a packet of hot cocoa and some ramen noodles, at least having a camera and being able to film a bunch of stuff takes my mind off of, you know, the fact that I'm basically just sitting here doing nothing. But sometimes, you know, sometimes that's good. I mean, still a pretty nice view. I can't believe my boots are still getting wet. Everything right here is kind of getting wet. My foot's getting tingly. I gotta readjust. I don't understand how this water is coming in this far. I mean, the tarp's way out there, but that's like, you know, it's getting wet. My sleep mat's right underneath there. I mean, I got a lot of room I could move back. I don't want to have to like feeling the tarp on the back of my head makes me feel like claustrophobic. So I don't really like that. I think I might have to just accept that I need to move back a little more in my shelter and deal with it. I have been seeing a few spiders since I've been here. That's one thing. That's why I was kind of in a rush to get out here before it got too warm out. I wanted to get out one more time and not have to worry about or deal with bugs, especially ticks. Springtime, where I am in mountains of the Northeast, ticks, they've been a big issue in springtime, and I don't want to be laying on the ground with ticks. I don't know what they do at night, but I don't want to find out. So my plan for once the weather gets warmer is to get like a hammock set up and start doing some hammock camping. I got to do a little research on hammocks. Alright, I am going to think about what it's going to require for me to make my ramen noodles, besides the rain letting up a little bit. So if I stop talking here, you can hear the raindrops. Well, maybe you can't, but you know, those big old fat ones coming out of the trees, you know. Just as I say that. Oh, sorry about that. Battery died, but you didn't miss anything. Just about to add the noodles. I'm pretty sure that water's ready. Still trying to keep myself out of the rain as much as I can. Yeah, we're boiling good now. I'm sorry, is this stick in your way? Hide under the tarp. But they're boiling good. Well, I like mine al dente, so that's pretty much that's good for me. I still think a little butter would be nice. I wasn't going to put in a whole packet because I'm not used to that, you know, as a soup, but I forgot, like, there's water in there. I'm probably going to want a whole packet. It doesn't look like much food in there. Now that I'm, you know, got it cooked, just doesn't look like much food, you know. But it's warm, it's hot, you know. It'll be good on my belly. Let me set this here. Sit down. But first I'm gonna fix the fire, and then I'm gonna eat. But yeah, there's some quick ramen bushcraft noodles. I tell you, those ramen noodles, they hit the spot. That was good. I needed that. Now I'm hungry, believe it or not. But I'm craving something sweet. I don't have anything sweet. You know what I'd like right now? Some more firewood. That's it. All the firewood you see is all I got. This is one of those cases where I actually want the fire to sit there and smolder. You know? I want it to burn kind of like as slow as possible. So I've got wet punky wood on there. I've got it jammed together so it doesn't get much oxygen, so those coals last. Kind of mopped up the inside of my shelter a little bit with this green bandana for my med kit. But, you know, I can take it home, throw it in the washing machine, boom, it's clean again. It's no big deal there. And any dirt or pine needles that get on it, I can wash those off in the stream tomorrow when it's supposed to be like nice out, you know. That's when I plan on doing my dishes. But yeah, part of me wants to go on a little trek for some firewood. Couldn't hurt, you know? But I don't know. Part of me also thinks it'd be nice to just go and take a nap. I got my sleep system all right there. Looking all comfortable. I don't have to necessarily get in it, you know, and take my gear off. I can stay in my gear and you know, just kind of lay on top of it. And hopefully my gear will stay warm, you know, keep me warm enough. It's not like freezing out. It's just, you know, when you're wet and the wind picks up and it's cold. I mean, it's probably, I don't know, 46 degrees right now, give or take. But I think the next time I talk to you, I'm going to officially go over the details of the prizes and all the other details that I haven't covered about the April giveaway. So, you ready? Okay, so I know I said when I get back to you, we're going to talk about that April giveaway. But before I sat down, I wanted to make sure this fire keeps going. It's just a little too chilly for me to want it to go out. But look at this. I'm stoked. I spent about 15 minutes gathering firewood. Look at that honking log. All these little ones. And look at all that. I'm telling you, I was out there for like 15 minutes. So that'll keep me burning for another few hours. That'll give me some time to actually, you know, get good and dried off. And think about how much I want a nice bowl of Cinnamon Life cereal right now. Or chocolate ice cream. Or hot cocoa. Anyway, I'll be back. So I've been shucking up firewood and getting this baby rip-roaring so that I can dry off easy. But I just looked up to where my smoke used to be blowing. You guys got to check this out. How cool does that look? So I've been using this bandana to kind of mop up my anywhere that needed drying, and then just it dries out really quick by the fire, so that was working out well. But then I learned I can use it to wipe off the back of my jacket too, because well, it's, you know, it's not really completely waterproof anymore. The water seems to be staying near the surface enough to where I can mop a lot of it up with that bandana. Time to hydrate. What is that? Oh, a tree stump. I can see better with my phone than I can with my eyes. Oh man. This would be a blast in summertime. I guess once you get up to the top, there's like some kind of like pool of water, like a large pond or something. I don't know, I'd like to get up there. Maybe tomorrow, if it's nice out, I'll go on a short day hike. See if I can make it up there to at least check it out. See if there's anywhere up there I could camp or anything. Alright, let me finish drying off, and then I'm gonna hop in my shelter and sit down for a minute. Oh man, it's 6 o'clock now. And like I said, I needed to try to get some firewood real quick because it was getting dark and it was, you know, wasn't raining too bad. But the second I got out there and started collecting, it started downpouring. I mean, I'm drenched. Thoroughly. Well, you could wring the water out of this jacket. So I got some firewood here. Look. So I did start to got my rag drying out there. That'll help dry out my coat. But I started, you know, I got some firewood. Look at that piece up there. But man, I was getting too wet in the process. I'm like, I'm gonna have to build the fire too big before nightfall just to get dry, and then I'll be in the same predicament. Dark, rainy, no fire. I mean, when that comes, it's not a huge deal. I'll just pop in my sleeping bag and bear it out. But I want to get dry at least before I hunker down. So I'm gonna get back to work here, getting dry, and man, there's really nothing to do but wait for this rain to stop. Ah, my poor boot. No. I got these boots for Christmas. Absolutely love them. They are so comfortable. That's one of the first things I was cleaning off with that bandana, which I better tend to because I don't want it to catch on fire. It's pretty hot over there. I'll be back. So I'm thinking I really should have gotten my rain gear on sooner. I mean, it was just so cold. I was worried that I'd put it on and then be cold. But I don't know, I guess I could have just came in here and put on my winter jacket if I really got cold. But I should have, you know, one of the main reasons that I didn't put it on was because I took it out to try it on, and getting that thing back into the bag took like 20 minutes. They never want to go back. I don't know why they can't just make the bag a little bit bigger so you can fit it back in there without, you know, spending a half hour stuffing it and stuffing it and stuffing it. I just want to get dry. I'm hoping this rain will let up just long enough for me to stand next to the fire and just dry off, you know. I just needed to let up a little bit. And I need to saw up some more wood. I wouldn't say it's miserable today. Like, I'm still glad I'm out here. But I wish, honestly, I just wish I was a little bit more experienced, because there's ways you can, you know, as I'm learning as I go, there's ways you can be out here and still be more comfortable. It doesn't matter if it's raining or freezing cold. I just got to, you know, learn the ways. Well, I finally got nice and dried off, but then I looked at my the time, and it's 5 o'clock already. It's like, wow. Time went by quick. So I was kind of thinking I might rotate the way I was laying yet again. The first night I had my head right in the point and my feet straight out. Because that's, if you know, this point comes out very far. So it just makes a lot of sense. Plus I like the feeling of having my head enclosed, just because of mostly wild animals. But so then I kind of turned this way a little bit, because the first night I felt like I was kind of rolling this way. So I turned a little bit, and that did help quite a bit. I got a much better night's sleep. But now I'm worried if I do that, my feet would get wet. Because I have to pull that sleep mat about 6-8 inches this way, you know, to have enough headroom to actually lay down. And if I do that, I mean, you can see that ground is, it's wet there. That's why I got the tarp folded back all like I do. So I was thinking tonight I might put my head where my backpack is and my feet down there, because like there's this line following my finger of where it's dry. It follows the tarp, comes out here, and then it tends to stay dry kind of like this. So I think if I go feet, head, I should be good. I could put my book bag, you know, or my backpack over there. It's getting to be about dinner time, so I was wondering what I'm going to do for dinner. It's kind of funny how you get better at dealing with things like rainy weather and cold. Obviously cold I've dealt with quite a bit. You guys have seen me, you know, my videos there. I was prepared for it. I'm used to it. But this cold, rainy weather, it's a little bit different. Rain tends to get, you know, like if snow blows in your shelter, you just brush it out, you know. It's not that huge of an issue. It doesn't get things wet. Speaking of wet, ew. I got wetness here from somewhere. I don't know where it's coming from. Everywhere around it is dry. I don't know where it keeps leaking in. Maybe it's through the tarp underneath. I don't know. But that brings me to my next point. What I was kind of hinting at is that, you know, we get better at dealing with things, and I don't mean better at coping with things. I've gotten better at dealing with the wetness and the rain. Mainly this little guy for my med kit. I mean, I keep 2 bandanas with me, because one I tear off little pieces and make char cloth. The other one is just, you know, multi-purpose. Washing dishes, like I was drying off my coat, drying off the shelter. And now I'm pretty dry, I'm pretty comfortable. And this is so light that it dries out super fast, just, you know, hanging it over the fire. Right now I just drape it over the backpack for now, just so it gets a little air. But next time I stand up, I'll dry it out over the fire. So really all that's left to do is dinner, firewood, adjust sleep situation. Yeah, that should take up most of my daylight hours that's left. It's probably 5:15 right now. And here I thought I was going to have this long day just stuck in my shelter, breathing in smoke. Nope. I was pretty much busy. So yeah, prize, not first prize, but a prize is the compass. Your next prize is going to be a ferro rod and the striker. Like I said, as long as you subscribe by April 15th, you're entered in the contest. Alright, it's getting dark now. I gotta go on a firewood run pronto, because it's getting chilly, it's getting dark, and I want to stay dry and warm. I swear, every time I set foot outside my shelter, this rain is just like, oh no you don't. I mean, I am really soaked. That's steam just coming off me from sitting here, which is good, but I wanted to wipe off some with my bandana there first, but it's too wet to go out and dry off my bandana. So it's like my one means of drying off, I can't dry off without getting more wet. I did get a good amount of firewood. I got some more over leaning on the picnic table, if you could see it over there. That's got to be cut up still. But I got a good amount, like, so, you know, I can make a stand, you know, tonight at keeping a fire going, at least for a little while. It's 7:30 now. I'm pretty much in for the night. All I got to do now is stay dry. Easier said than done. I didn't get a chance to fix up my shelter yet, which kind of stinks. I just needed to turn my mattress, but I don't know. I'll get to it. Man, that rain is coming down. And that wood, like all the wood I have, it's not just like damp on the outside, it is just drenched. I mean, I just loaded a bunch of wood onto there because in order for this stuff on the bottom to burn, I got to protect it from the rain. And plus it gives it a little time to dry out as it sits up there. It's the only way I can do it. That and layer it all in one direction for two reasons. One, because it'll burn slower that way. But two, I found that when I run them this way, more of the sparks pop at me and fly into my shelter. So by laying them all away from me, it minimizes how many pops, you know, go flying into here, which is nice. Because my sleeping mat is still holding air, which means the sparks have not gotten it yet. That's a good thing. My boots, mostly dry. The rest of me, not so much. And you can see the steam coming off, but that's good. That means I'm drying out, you know? That's what I need. I gotta dry out. So it's kind of, at this point, I'm gonna rely on my body heat to do most of the drying. I mean, hopefully, you know, maybe this fire will take off a little bit and bring some heat my way. That'd be nice. I could at least stand in the opening of the shelter and reap some of that heat and dry out a little more. But if it doesn't, I'll rely on the steam, and I'll just take off the wet layers and climb in the bag, you know, when the wood is gone. Keep the fire roaring until it's, you know, done, and then go to bed. Shut up, rain. I think it's funny though. I come and I bring my rain suit, don't put it on. Got an emergency poncho, don't put that on. I don't know. So let's just pretend I don't have rain gear, and I'm dealing with this situation because I'm in a survival situation. I don't know. But yeah, I regret not putting that rain gear on sooner. I think I got everything done. Believe it or not, the rain let up for a little bit. So I was able to chop up the rest of the firewood that I wanted to. I'm actually pretty much ready for bed. I wanted to show you my my setup I decided on here. Check it out. Backpack. My feet should stay dry. And if you look at the angle of the tarp, and then my sleep mat is not sticking out. So unless we get a driving rain coming from, you know, over here, then we should be good. And it's still plenty of room. Believe it or not, I even had time to make myself some dinner. Finished off them mashed potatoes. I thought I had put the camera away for good for tonight, and I probably would have if it didn't stop raining. And for the morning, I got a bunch of scrap over here. In any case, it's cold, and I want to get in bed. Oh, that fire's warm though. I'll talk to you guys in the morning. Take it easy. Man, look how windy it is tonight. Good thing it's coming from that direction because I'm protected from that direction. It'd be nice if I let some of that heat make it my way. 11:46. I'll tell you that firewood didn't last very long. That burned right up. But what do you think? Do I look mummified? My feet should stay dry under there. You know, they're a good distance back. You can see there's even a dry spot where that line that I was telling you about goes. And my head is pretty well covered over here. I don't know if you could see all that, but got everything I need over there. I'm pretty much situated. So this time, good night for real. I'll talk to you in the AM. So I got woken up here at 5 a.m. because of the wind. That wind whipping through woke me up. But it's kind of strange. It stopped doing it. That's a little nerve-wracking now that it hasn't done that. Because, I mean, it was pulling on my head with my feet so hard that it woke me up. I mean, it's not doing anything like that now. I hope it was the wind and not, you know, something shaking my tarp. Oh my gosh, look at the ground covered with ash just from the wind blowing in that one direction.